At this time, the chair is abundantly pleased to recognize the extraordinarily resourceful and creative and patient, improvisational, innovative Executive Director of Camp Stevens, Kathy Wilder.
Wow. If I knew there was a band, I would have brought my guitar. You know, Bishop Taylor came to camp this summer and played a Lady Gaga song for all of our kids, so catch it on YouTube. Hello, everyone. My name is Kathy Wilder, and I have the great privilege of serving as Executive Director at Camp Stevens. Camp Stevens is your diocesan camp, and while it might feel far away, we are really always with you. Camp is everywhere, and we learned that more over this last 2 years than ever before. Who here has been to Camp Stevens? Look at all those hands. I love it. I hope you'll come back. We're coming back too. I really want to thank Bishop Taylor and Kim McCarthy and Bishop Bruce for inviting me here today. Being able to talk with all of you like this is such a unique opportunity, and also it feels like home. I keep seeing faces and people who are so connected to who we are because we are together. We're together in all of this. I also want to acknowledge that Camp Stevens sits on land that was loved to and tended to and appropriated from the Kumeyaay people. And today we work every day to acknowledge the injustice of colonization and also our role in mending those wounds and building relationships in the present. I was really excited when I was checking out the theme of this convention because it's such a close thing to, you know, what we do at camp and what we teach, truth and love. And I couldn't help but think about a little story about me. Some of you have heard this if I've been to your church, probably. It's core sermon material for me. When I was a kid, I wore this button that said, "Kids are people too." I was about 8. And I was sure that this was my personal protest. Kids needed a voice. And you know, some adults patted me on the head and they thought, "Oh, that's so cute," and they, you know, sort of brushed it off. But others asked me a lot of questions, and they listened to me, and they encouraged me to share my voice. So here I am today. 25 years later in the youth development field, I think about that all the time. I think about listening. And I think about the importance of every voice and the importance of belonging and being seen. And that, my friends, is a true expression of truth and love. And you may be wondering, why is Kathy telling us this story? Well, I want you to know me. I don't get a chance to see y'all very much. And I need you to know that who I am as a person, who is leading your camp. And this is how we lead. This is what we do. Because we are family and sacred partners in the truthful and loving world. So how's Camp Stevens doing? Well, as you might imagine, Camp Stevens was hit hard over the last 2 years. We continue to this day to tackle the challenges of the global pandemic. Our revenue loss was extreme, and while navigating a modified business model and several mandated and planned closures, we had a lot of lull. We did this at times to save resources and also prioritize safety. And we were also able to do this while providing housing and health benefits for all of our staff. We very fortunately did not have to lay anyone off. And I want to say that part of that was the support of this diocese and the PPP loan that we were included in. We're incredibly grateful for that. With challenging times also comes a time to refocus on what's really important. And thanks to the innovation and commitment of my amazing staff, we stretched ourselves to serve the community. Some of you may have participated in our weekly sing-alongs. We did that for 4 months. It was wild. We also produced a series of outdoor education classes for our school partners. We took our whole staff on the road to St. Margaret's School and facilitated a day program with 100 seniors at St. Margaret's. It's very exciting. Our food service director was there teaching reflection, so we all did it. We all wear the hats. We also got several grants through the Episcopal Relief and Development, which is an incredibly worthy cause. I hope you'll give today to them, as Bishop Taylor mentioned. We partnered with a local nonprofit in Sage Mountain Farms to bring fresh vegetables and Camp Stevens baked goods to 40 families over a 6-week period. We do live in a very rural place, and it is considered a food desert. And when folks are out of work, it hits people extra hard. Looking inward to ourselves, our staff and our board actively engaged and are engaging to this day in anti-racism work. Our staff did a book study around me and white supremacy. We have had 2 different board and staff's sacred grounds groups, professionally facilitated summer training, and active adoption of equity initiatives. One that I'm really excited about, that there'll be more information to come, is an employment equity grant that allows a bridge of our diverse body of campers to come and become counselors and staff. Stay tuned for more information about that. I'm especially proud of our work this summer. We served 267 campers over 5 weeks. Summer camp was 100% COVID-free. We were also selected to be a state testing site, which was a game changer for us. We were able to provide free COVID testing for all of our campers and staff as needed. The modified camp schedule, and cohort model reduced camper attendance by 50%, but staff only by 20%. Another one of those gaps that I'm sure you all are dealing with too. Mm-hmm. This allowed us to maintain a high standard of care, compliance, and protocols. As retreat programs increased this fall, we have increased the number of staff and support to meet requirements, even with limited capacity and resources, to maintain those safety standards. Camp Stevens is on a healing journey of our own, much like every single one of you. And while we are still struggling through the residual economic and social impact of the pandemic in terms of month-to-month cost of operation, we remain hopeful and faithful as we look to the future, because we believe in the power of truth and love. Some things to expect from us in 2022. It's our 70th anniversary. Yep, that's right. We're gonna be collecting stories from folks, 70 stories for our 70th year, and if you'd like to participate, I will make sure you get my contact information. Camp Stevens Sunday will be on March 13th. It's a day that all churches can talk about, celebrate camp, and pass the plate to help provide scholarships for kids to be able to attend camp who may not otherwise be able to do so. We also have our seasonal family camps. We're also working right now on a very exciting Restorative Justice retreat in late October to celebrate our 70th year by looking outward, not just inward. We also are here for you in all of your farm and garden needs. Now, we love our dirt and our nature, and I know we have an amazing speaker later on to talk about this more. But we are here if you want to start a community garden, learn about composting, learn about home gardening. Connecting to farming and food is sacred work, and we're here for you. I'm so grateful for all of those who showed up for us during this challenging time, and we are especially grateful for all of these people at this table here. They personally showed up, calling me, asking me if we were okay, connecting with us. You couldn't have better role models who are caregivers, and I just really am so grateful. And I want to take this moment to say how much all of us at Camp Stevens are going to miss Bishop Bruce. I cannot believe you're going. Congratulations. Obviously, they made the right choice, but of course we celebrate, but you know, we also can be selfish for a minute. y'all have just been amazing. I want to share with you a quick quote by a woman named Valerie Kaur, who's an activist, a lawyer, and a writer who actually is here at USC doing a project called the Revolutionary Love Project. She says, "Love calls us to look upon the faces of those different from us as sisters and brothers and siblings. Love calls us to weep when their bodies are outcast or broken. Love calls us to speak even when our voices tremble, stand when the world spins out of control, and stay even when it's scary and hard. Love makes us brave." I know now, just standing in this room with you all, that we are moving forward to get together in bravery. Let's be brave and lift our voices for truth and stand by each other in love. We are here for you, and I hope you'll be here for us too. Thank you so much for your time.